Okay, for starter, we have a very nice and clean interface. It's always nice and colorful, and you have just the global rankings on the right hand side. You have the 8 sections here I'm going to have a look into. Then a feed below and maybe the latest activities, but you can actually tailor it to your needs. Onto the right hand side, you have access to your settings, or a bit more than that. Actually, you have my classes. Teacher accounts if you have several teachers on the same account. We see I've got a French flag here, but it could be a different language. It tells you if, for example, you do German or Spanish or other, which one you're working on. Then you got the profile and subscription settings, and it's really straightforward. It's very good. What I really like is also the LMIS section. We're gonna have a quick look at that in a minute. I only got the one class. And you can see it's quite straightforward to sort things out. And again, have the menu on the left-hand side, which is very good too. Teacher accounts, again, so you've got several people in your department using it. Subscriptions, you can see at the moment I've got these going on here. So I've got the Spanish and Italian, so I can change that. I'll show you how to change it later on. But again, I have access to all this stuff and the settings. The settings are good also. If you want to change your interface, you want to change you don't want to show the leaderboards, for example. You don't want to show your school name on Nutty tiles, which is the fun game you have on this, so and so on and so forth. There's quite a bits and bobs you can have a look into. It's nice and easy to be changing things. Okay. So this is my form. I'm not going to demonstrate how to add the students and how to do this and that. It's very well explained. If you go into the help me sections, it's super well done. I have to say, I've been very impressed with all the help you can get from here. Not only you have a help thing here, the search engine, which is very good and very thorough, but we also have quite a few sections here that people have been creating. There's massive amount of work behind the scene, I think, already in that respect. For example, if I'm looking something on the listening videos and listening just randomly, you have the things which appear the most, as you can see from the top with 3 bars here, but you have other things you can have a look into here and there. Okay, so it's very good. And if you're really stuck, you can click on that button, you can chat with people or send them an email, and they respond very quickly. So that's really impressive. Hence me not to have the need at all to be going through and how to do this or how to do that. It's all very well done and not necessarily need a video for it. So I go back into this is language here. Okay, then you can see you have your nice 8 colorful tiles, and you have your videos listening. So this is language is famous for it's all its videos, and obviously the Nutty games, which is one of the favorites from some people. I spoke with a few people about what they liked about this is language, and all the time the Nutty games were coming up quite top of the league straight away. So videos and listening. So if you click on this, you're gonna have some filter on top here. Okay, so you can change it. 1 to 3 stars, 5 stars, and exercises. You can have only comprehension. So you can change things according to your needs also. As you can see, again, the interface is very nice, very well done. And here you have, in terms of videos, depending on what exam boards you're going to be working on, you have all this Key Stage 3 at Excel, AQA, and so on, so IGCSE and Cambridge and so on and so forth. Okay, so if you're working with these exam boards, let's say I want to go to this one here, you have plenty of things you can be looking into, and you have some themes inside, and inside the themes you have more things. You have culture, for example, here, more tags, and more things, and more things again. Okay, and you have all sorts of videos, which are obviously the high point into this is language, where you have all these native speaker talking about different themes or different things, and you can see also the type of things you can have here, all types of games and the activities that you can do. Okay, so for example here, let's say tu t'entends bien avec ta famille. Let's click on that. It's got 2 stars. There we go. And again, I've got my video here. I can change the pace of the video if I need to do so, okay, to make it a bit slower. You can see that the snail becomes green if I want to make it a bit slower. Let's have a play.
Je m'entends très bien avec ma famille. Pourquoi? Là, je sais pas.
You can see that it's kind of noticeable. She slows down, but still, it's not that slow. Okay, it's like on a TTS, for example, something like that. Different activities you can do. You have access to the transcript. You can print the worksheet. So let's say I have a look at the transcript. You have it straight away here. Look at that. You can even tweet it. And try highlighting any part of the transcript to tweet it. So if I was going to be doing anything like that, I could be tweeting it after if I'm linked to it. Okay. Print worksheet. So I can decide what I want if I want to download the worksheet and have all these things on. Let's have a play and see if you can download it. Okay, I've got it as a Word document. Open straight away. Okay, nicely done worksheet. You have the video ID, which is very important in the way things work on This Is Language. You have the video ID, you have the text, and then you have your questions. Okay, so it's very, very quick to create a worksheet, and you have all sorts of exercises you can do. So maybe you can pop the video into your class or something and have these handy and do it in class, or people can do it on the website. It depends of the teacher's needs and the way things work in your school. So print worksheets, assign a video exercise, so I can do that too. I can assign it to a form. Again, select your exercise, whatever you want to give them to do. You can give all the exercises. Okay, you have the time next to it also there. Video vocab, and I think let's say I want just to give them video and gap fill. Okay. And I only got one class, so it's going to be quite straightforward. And you set it up as an assignment. So let's say I want to do it now, and just set the assignment here. But I want to preview it first, and I'm going to, anyway, it's loading. It's done. It's very, very quick. And if I click on the video, tu t'entends bien avec ta famille, pourquoi pas? It's going to play.
Je m'entends très bien avec ma famille.
Again, that also you can move it and put it on the bottom bit also if you wanted to, and you can make it full screen if that helps. Again, depending on your needs and stuff. And well, you can complete the vocab taken from the video. You have the vocab here. Click on next. It repeats the vocab, and usually have the TTS also, so you can listen to it again. Les vacances.
Échanger.
Échanger. Okay. You can view all words again, which are at the bottom with the translation to the right hand side, and yeah, and you can continue. Okay, so quite straightforward, and you have these exercises here linked to your video, so you can do it live also. And classic filling the gap, so you listen to your video, pop the right words at the right place. Video vocab, same thing. We just done that actually. We just done this. Gap fill, again, it's quite quick. You can learn the vocab first if you haven't done that first, which is a wise thing to do.
Je m'entends très bien avec ma famille.
So you can that. Okay, you can stop it. You can use the keyboard controls if you need to do so. Back 2 seconds. I like that too. Back to and space bar. You can play and pause instead of using the mouse. You can go back, and probably using the arrow is probably a bit more precise than stopping it, but it's very clever, very, very good. Okay, submit your answers once you've done it. And the comprehension. Again, another quick one. Give you some instructions here, and you can listen to it again, and there we go. You have 3 possibilities, answer your questions. Okay, so very well done overall. If I'm back to this style again, again, video listening and all these exam boards, I do think that it's great that you have all these possibilities, but I still think that there's too many boxes in each boxes. So because I think, in my humble opinion, the site works in a different way, I think it probably shouldn't be used that way by looking into going in box in a box in a box. And it's very well organized in a different way. But if you go through that button and try to find your videos, it's a tiny bit confusing. Well, I was anyway. And still I'm a little bit when I'm looking for whatever video I'm looking for. So this is not exactly the way I should be using this. But as you're going to see later, the way that things have been organized, it's a very powerful database, being a lot of numbers, being a lot of videos, and with textbooks and stuff. So bear in mind the other way. Okay, now let's have a look at the vocab section. Again, divided in exam boards, you have Edexcel and AQA, Foundation Higher, and you got some vocab, the general list or thematic one. So let's have a look at the old vocab list. Why not? Okay, and in there you have different topics, as you do, with different units, quite well explained. They're nice and colorful. Let's say that I want to be working on media and culture, for example. I've got 3 units into this and different themes again into it. So music, film, and reading, 4 blocks. And this is my vocab in it. So instead of trying to set things up, I've got the possibilities of actually checking out and previewing whatever vocab I want to set to my pupils.
Le musicien.
And again, we have the TTS. I can view all the words first. So I know I've got a small number of words obviously to memorize, which is a good idea. And I can hide the words now, and I can start learning. So going through the flashcards, and again, if you have a little mistakes or something, which is good for the teachers, if they're not something, pronunciation is not quite right, they can send it off to This Is Language. I'm sure they'll be looking to that very, very quickly. And start learning. So again, once you're quite sure about your answer, you can type it.
Le musicien.
And you repeat it just after that. Okay, so nice and easy. Okay, this is the vocab sections. Again, you can practice, you can learn, and the way This Is Language works is the traditional way of doing some vocab and learning different parts of vocab and learning with flashcards and doing little games here and there. You kind of also have a traditional approach to grammar. Again, divided in several exam boards. Again, Foundation Higher for WJEC, Edexcel, and Key Stage 3. Let's have a look at Key Stage 3. So 5 parts of speech. Let's have a look on the view. Nouns, verbs, prepositions, adjectives, and pronouns. Okay, so we're starting nice and easy. What I really like is that the creator George has, which is actually he's pretty much the face of This Is Language, appears many times in the website, and I think it's quite good to make it really fun. And he has done that. I think there's quite a lot of fun videos you can see there. So we're just going to have a glimpse of one of these. Let's have a preview of the video first, and you can see how it's very well organized and very fun. I really like the video. Okay, it's going to be loading. Let's have a quick glimpse of Le Portable.
120 seconds isn't long enough to grow a conch like Gérard Depardieu, but it is long enough to learn about the definite article in French.
So nice intro. Very professional, very well done.
The definite article is the equivalent of the in English. It's usually used when you talk about a specific thing. A few examples in English would be things like the man, the phone, the camera, the lights. In French, the version of the definite article you use is dependent on the gender and the number of the noun. So, whether it's masculine or feminine, and singular or plural.
Okay, I will stop here, but it could be carrying on for 2 minutes. But I think it's really good. I really like the videos. They're very fun. They They're light, and there's also a recap at the end, a nice recap. So you have the explanation and you have the recap in the video, and obviously you have the explanation underneath there, and you can start doing your start training. Again, click on the definite article to see if you have understood what's going on here. And let's say that's the one, la piscine, submit the answer, and that's quite correct. Okay, happy days. So that I really like these videos. Again, it's a traditional approach to grammar. Each of his own, we've got different ways of learning things, and but this is quite fun. I think really, these videos are very good. When it's not the videos, it's not as fun. It's really traditional, so we can preview the plurals, for example. So no video here, and you will have a grammar approach, grammar lesson quickly just written there. I'm sure it will be supported by the teacher or something like as an extra work or something done at home or something like just to have a preview of the lesson. Anyway, whatever suit the teacher, but obviously you wouldn't be sent to be checking out probably the lesson like this and doing exercises by yourself unless you're probably a bit more mature learner or something like this. Nutty Games. This is probably one of my favorites on the website, I have to say. It's brilliant, very, very fun. It's quick. Okay, Nutty Tiles. So you have the global game or the custom list. So what is good is you can play against other people's online, or you can create your own with Vocab, which is already there, or you can create your own lists of Vocab there. And it's really straightforward to do. We're going to have a quick look in a minute. So let's have a look at the traditional Nutty Tiles and have a play. You've got 40 players online. I can see I had a little play before. Obviously, you're moving according to your ability, and little by little you're moving along the ranks. Okay, so I'm on level 3 now, and I've got these are the words that I need to be working on. Super, sans, sur, il y a. It's a bit of everything from nouns, some bits of subjective verbs and adjectives and some stuff. Okay? Music's on. Okay, let's have a quick play and see what happens. Win or come second in the game, then you try to level up. Okay. So it's searching for opponents. So I'm here, and it's going to be finding some people there. Searching. Maybe at this time there won't be that many. Oh, I see people around who want to play. Cool. No pressure, but I'll be doing well on that one.
J'hallucine. 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 Super. Super.
Okay, that was quick. Okay, I didn't do so great there because I made a few mistakes. Like, for example, there I put an S when it was for les cheveux, but because I thought it was plural. I should have checked my list anyway. And sometimes I'm a type. They're asking for a word in between also that you have to type up. And I messed up a little bit. Maybe I could have got a bit more points. But all in all, I'm a bit cheaty, really, I suppose, because I'm not a native speaker, so probably cheating a little bit. So you can replay, and obviously I cannot do level up straight away. But you can see it's really quick, it's really fun, and it's very competitive, okay? So I go back onto that. Nutty Games, I'm going back on there. You have your custom list, okay? So this is one I made earlier on. I've done something about subjects and animals and stuff like that. So just to have a play, to have a try, to see how it was working. These are my list, obviously. I can assign it to one of the groups that I have. But the words that you have, that you actually set, sometimes are not all in the list of this is language. So they probably have a huge amount of words, and it just happened last time. I was probably putting some obscure adjectives, and they didn't have in the list, so I had to change it. But I'm sure that it was just an exception. So what you just need to do, and it's very, very straightforward, you need to get a minimum of 15 words, between 15 and 25, and you just have to copy and paste from whatever. So you put in your French, your Spanish, or whatever, and you have all of your words. You pop them in there, and after that, you're going to be saving them. So we're going to have a play in a second, show you how it works. Okay, so I want to add some vocabulary to my Nutty tiles, and I can, as you say, type or copy and paste, or maybe I don't want to spend ages typing things up, and I already used that vocab somewhere else, maybe in another app, another website. So I've got my list into Quizlet. So what I just need to do is I got my Quizlet. I can export my vocab, so go to export, copy text, then I'm going to bump it into Microsoft Word very quickly. Boom. Say, oh my God, you got the English, you got the French, what am I going to do? I need to erase stuff. You don't need to do that. What you just need to do is you need to go on to insert, then table, and you may have to highlight your text first. Then table, convert text to table. 2 columns is what you want, and leave it at 202. Nice and easy. Click on OK. Boom, you have your list there. You don't even need to erase anything, you just need to highlight all your vocab. Like this, you copy, then you go back onto your Nutty tiles, put it here, boom, I've got my list, add it. It worked. Okay, it all worked. I've got all my list of words here. Post office, la poste, le ciné, le cinéma. I'll save it. Obviously, that would be very useful to write a title. What do you think? So, places in town, or en ville. Let's call it en ville. And now, save. And I've got it. So, perfect. Once I've got my list and saved, I'll go back to my list here. And so I've got 3 lists now. You can see it's done very, very quickly. And I can assign a task. We can start playing. It will be working exactly the same way as we have done before. Play the game with my own list of things. Happy days. Okay, let's have a look at the speaking area. Let's click on the blue button. You can see it's quite, again, very nice and colorful. And you have these topics on the left hand side: family and friends, free time, leisure, and so on. Plenty of these, a compilation of things at the bottom. And you can even create your custom content, obviously. So if you want to create questions, you click on new questions and you just create the questions that you want the children to, or the students to answer. They'll be able to record themselves. But if you are actually one of the topics that you have here, and for example, you're going to be talking about holiday past, you have some questions already which are going to be appearing. Qu'est-ce que tu as fait pendant les vacances de Noël? Tu peux décrire tes dernières vacances. So you have some stuff which is already there, and these are linked to videos. So if I click on this one, okay, there you go. So you have tu peux décrire tes dernières vacances. If you want to, you don't have to, but if you want to, you can have a model of all these videos that the students can have a look into, just to revise, to listen, to do this and that. I think it's really good. So you can pick up to 1, 2, or 3, as you can see here. Let's say I'm going to pick this one, that one, and that one just randomly. What would be good, in my humble opinion, is, because I may not know all of these videos, I might not have seen all of them, and obviously I can look them up, but it would be quite good if there was a little preview of it, or we could have a look at it. Maybe something could be added up later on. So just click on assign, this is what happens here. I select my class, so I just got the one here, and I've got the videos I'm going to be, or the student could be watching. Length of student response, up to you, you decide. When do you want to have them? Okay, you can email it to students if you want to, because they are registered. You can add something else, say just give a little pep talk or some things that they need to do, and specifically work on certain pronunciation, or don't forget to say this or that, maybe, or something like that. And click on next, and it will be set up in the assignment. So I think it's a very nice little feature there. Again, as I said, you can assign it here, but you can also assign your own questions. But the fact that you have the videos to be looking into as a model, it's probably quite a nice thing. And okay, let's have a look at points target. Okay, it's a nice little feature too. So this is to change the amount of points that your pupils are meant to be getting. So you can go from 25, which is the basic one, to a bit more. Maybe if you're working, you have to do a lot of work. Maybe something to do in the long holidays or something like that. Select the class, simple thing again. Then the dates, between what day and day, you can have it emailed to the students. And also what I like is you can select the minimum difficulty of the video. So what difficulty is it going to be? Some people will be quite happy to be coasting a little bit and staying to level 1. Maybe you want them to be on level 1 and start doing 2 or start doing 3. Okay, and again you can take off some of the things you can do. Maybe you think that enough of Nutty tiles and comprehension, so you can just take them off and concentrate on the rest, and depending on what are your objectives and things like that. I think it's a very nice little feature, and the point target is also a good way to get the pupils motivated. Right, let's have a look at teacher resources. It's going to be very, very useful to create work, and it's a wealth of things on this. You can see you have several sections. You've got the Hypersheets. We're going to be starting with that in a minute. Guides for getting started, always useful. Textbook and curriculum guides. This is huge also. Process certificates, quite fun. Summer edit for the holidays. Reading comprehensions. And lesson plans. So you can see quite a few got a little animation there to show that you actually haven't got a mouse on it. Okay. Let's start with Hypersheets. So let's have a look. You have a good guide to explain you what is going on. Got the answers here. Will be very useful as a teacher to do your marking faster. Let's have a look at this one. Okay, so Hypersheets, in my humble opinion, means you have a hyperlink. A hyperlink means that you can click on something, it's going to send you to the video. So let's have a demo. And it sends you straight away to the video. Je m'appelle Benjamin, okay? You have these things, so you land straight away into this area. And you go, so there we go. So the Hypersheets, go back to where I was. So what is going on, and how do you work it out if this is actually a sheet which is actually given in class without being interactive? I suppose the problem can be sorted out quite quickly. You have the number of the video. We've got a quite powerful database. So if I go here and back to the search area, 4355 I think was the number of the video. If I click on this, boom, I go straight onto it. So again, powerful database of things. Okay, so if this is given just as a sheet, the backup is type the number onto the computer and you can have access to it. Okay, the second one is probably if you use something like OneNote. As a demo, you could be downloading the sheet, as you can see here, or is given by your teacher, download it and pop up into Teams or something alike, and you could be using to fill this in. For example, a if you have a Surface, Microsoft Surface or something like that, one of these pens, or you can do on the iPad or something similar, or you can probably pop some text on top, on a platform like this. So easily done. So you have several ways to be using these Hypersheets to use the hyperlinks, I think. So you have several exercises. Obviously, you have the learning objective on top. This is what you're looking for. The video work in pairs. So again, if you happen to have to do that online with partners, it's possible to do that in an escape room or something like that, and you can be put in with a partner. Nice and easy to do. You have a kind of sentence builder. It tells you here that if you have that little lightning, that your teacher is going to give you guidance on this. Once again, here you have two hyperlinks on adjective agreements, position of adjective. So again, if I click on it, it's going to take me probably to the grammatical point. So click on that, see what happens. Okay, there's George. I was going to be giving a lesson on adjectives. Okay, quite handy. And again, if I was just popping the number G9, I assume, into here, I'll be landing exactly the same place again. So quite nice and easy and powerful. Okay, good stuff. Again, more exercises, so you're filling them in if you have a copy of it, or use a tablet to use a pen. Another video. So that's your whole lessons. It's got more vocab to study, and so it depends what the teacher wants to do, and you have all the 4 skills covered in this context. Okay, so whatever way you teach, if you're a bit more traditional, like this way here, you have a bit of a sentence builder here, and you have the vocab there, and your lesson is nice and colorful and straight to the point. Okay, so we keep going around, and now you have guides for getting started. Again, you have some very thorough guides on how to use the platform. Obviously, there are many for teachers getting started, so that's a guide if you're done a course, someone coming to your school, or a savvy person into the department, and you know how to do this. Classic things. I can access this, I can set video exercises and things like that, so it's a good way to check people's knowledge. And so one for the US and one for probably the other countries video guide. Same thing here, again another big PDF, and again you have the topics here. Okay, and I'm going through these different topics. It tells you what you have in terms of language, what number corresponds to, so you just type in the number. These little things, the little keys there correspond to, it's not on the first page actually, it's on this one, past tense, future tense, conditional, and opinions, and it's written there on the left. So it's good information for the teacher to know what video they could be using and things like that. Okay, so it goes on for quite a bit. Then the vocab guide, of course, is quite a massive one too. Again, for all of these languages, or 5 languages, it tells you exactly what you need to do, what you're looking for, French, Spanish, and German, and so on and so forth, and whatever topic you're looking for. So let's go on page 5, for example, here, and got French and descriptions, and these are the vocab things that I'll be looking for. So if you again highlight this one, for example, here, I'm going to go in the database here on top. You see it's there on every single page, and I'm going to have that. Okay, this vocab, so small amount of vocab to learn. Click on next, and you will start doing the exercises. Okay, and once you clicked OK, you are in the same area, person's information, and you have quite a large amount of vocab you can do here. Okay, back to where we were, and same thing, getting started with if you're trying, like I've got a trial version myself, just how to have a look around at things and so on and so forth. It's obviously not as detailed, but it gives you a good idea of what you have to have a look at, because it's only a trial. Right, let's go back to the printables. Moving on to the next one, textbook and curriculum guides. Okay, you can see here that you have all sorts of manuals that people follow. There are lots of people not following manuals these days, and they're quite happy to do another way, but we still follow some manuals. There's still lots of manuals out there. And for example, let's go and have a look, because we're in the French section. How about we go and have a look at Dynamo? I used to work on that one. It tells you how to use the textbook, and again, videos, grammar, Hypersheets, vocab, and looking for things, contents. Obviously, it's linked to whatever Dynamo is showing you, and thanks to that, you know what you can do. So you are starting your page 8 in Dynamo, and you have these opportunities here to be using the videos, so by native speakers, with the ID code and printable sections, and so on and so forth, things that on all these books that they have available. So the massive amount of work has been gone into that. It's very impressive, actually, because there's quite a few books. People have spent quite a large amount of time doing all of that very meticulous work. So very impressive to have all of that, and it's probably very useful for the teachers who are actually following these manuals. By the way, if you click on this, look at that, got some confettis there. I noticed that not so long ago. Quite fun. Okay, go back to printables. Posters, certificates. Okay, classic, new posters, old posters, certificates. J'hallucine, the classic. Okay, when you spend a bit of time on Nutty tiles and things like that, why not? I like that, j'hallucine. Nice one, nice phrase, catchphrase for Nutty tiles. And another one, new certificate here. And you have some lesson plans, foundations, and higher. Again, you follow there, it's always quite detailed and tell you where to go and what to take. And so again, there's a lot of work being done here, very precise on all the sections and Hypersheets and the things that you can do on the different topics is nice and colorful too. Again, clickable, great for the videos to go there, and obviously you can copy and paste these or just type it into the box and you get to the videos or to the vocab or whatever you need to do. Same thing French higher, probably the same for different languages. You also have reading comps, again, 4 of them, probably a work in progress. And here lesson plans, so quite thorough lesson plans. Let's have a look at my area, for example. Again, name, class, lesson plans, how to use this, a teacher, and all the things that can be done according to this. You got some grammar, you got some vocab, and foundation higher, so quite details and how to be using the resources built by This is Language efficiently and thoroughly. So quite a bit of planning has got to be doing into these. And finally, let's have a look at the assignments. So it's pretty straightforward. Obviously, you can have several classes here. Just set up just the one class here. You can have many more. You can view your class. And I'm not going to show you the students because obviously data and stuff like that. You can edit the class if you need to do. You can see what's coming, what's completed. Okay, overdue. So this is overdue. We've been working on these and was testing things, speaking, Nutty tiles. You can see that you have a little icon tells you what it is. You can have a look at the results. So you have some good data you can get from this. Again, I cannot show you that because of GDPR, but it's good, very useful to know how the children or the students are improving. Okay, see full reports. So when I click on this, I'm going to get an Excel file. So I can have a look into it, and you can download the task also there. You do that. This one we can open, and you can see that whatever you have been doing, the ID of the Nutty tiles and the ID of the speaking. So you can click on it and go back onto it. And you can view progress of all the pupils and how they've been doing. Again, I'm not going to click on this, but it's very, very quick, very well done. It's just a hyperlink also. Just click on it, boom, you go straight away into it. So very, very clever, very, very useful.
So in conclusion, my thoughts on This is a Language, my humble opinion, obviously. Well, I think there's tons of videos with native speakers. That's probably the highlight of This is Language, obviously in several languages. The very fun Nutty tiles, obviously very competitive. The children love it. The possibility to record speaking, I think it's good. You can also have a look at models before that, and I think it's really important. Set assessments, and that's good. And other analytics, obviously, you can check out the pupils' progress, and that's very useful. And a very comprehensive bank of resources with textbooks and curriculum guides. Could be that some teachers are going to find extremely useful. And if you follow certain exam boards or if you follow certain manuals, so a lot, and there's a massive amount of work that's been done on these in the background. So thanks for listening. I hope you find the review useful, and I'll see you soon.